covering the game, so you know I'm speaking from the heart. It really is, big dog, just because, think about it. It's the biggest game of the year, but it's against the greatest player ever. So that takes it somewhere else. Like the Super Bowl is where everyone's goal. We're trying to go there, ultimate team accomplishment. But at the end of the year, there's a winner, there's a loser. But then this can mean much more than just a win in one Super Bowl game for Patrick Mahomes. And that's what Tony Romo is talking about. We're talking about his legacy. We're talking about the fact that all the other games, all the other Super Bowls he potentially will play in the future will add up to his greatness. But this game will help define his greatness. There's a big difference. I'm going to tell you why. You know why Patrick Mahomes right now is not going to his third Super Bowl in a row? Because that guy, the GOAT, Tom Brady, said, nah, not yet, youngster. And then, because Tom Brady switched teams, went to a different conference, oh, okay. I see you, Patrick Mahomes. You won the Super Bowl last year, and this year I'm in a different conference. Now let's see each other at the pinnacle moment. Now, if you lose to Tom Brady in this moment, when he's the greatest player defined by his Super Bowl success, and he's the same reason why you didn't have the ultimate Super Bowl success just 2 years prior, what will you say? Let's just forecast. Even if you get to 6 rings, which is improbable, if not impossible, even if you get to 6 rings, what will you say? Oh, but you would have had more if you would beat Tom Brady. In the simplest terms, let me say this. This is Michael Jordan playing LeBron. Mm-hmm. If we ever had that matchup in the finals, no matter what you say beyond that, no matter who you beat, what other matchups you can forecast, nothing will define it more than this matchup.
My dog, you spitting, you better put on a mask, big dog. You out here spitting these facts.
Give him the gas face.
I'm going to say this. You said so many things so eloquently. I'm not here to detract nothing. I just want to add to your brilliance from that last little bit. This is a lose-lose for Patrick Mahomes in which he has to find a way to win.
Oh.
Because Patrick Mahomes, if you lose to Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, you lost to a 43-year-old Tom Brady. Right. He wasn't even in his prime. Patrick Mahomes, if and when you beat Tom Brady, I mean, well, he's only 43, so you really shouldn't have beat him anyway. But Patrick Mahomes, you have a chance to remove all doubt where there may be doubt. We're going to have these conversations in 15, 20 years. Mahomes, you'll be 45, 40. Tom Brady, you'll be in his 60s. And we're going to be debating, hopefully, still on this show, we're going to be debating, man, who was better, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes? But we won't have to argue because it'll be black and white.
Boom.
We'll have an answer. Like you and I did an hour ago, debating the roster. What do we finally agree on? They equal.
Yeah.
Like they equal.
They
Receivers,
right
tight ends, they right neck and neck.
Yep.
So it's not as though we're going to be saying, well, Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. No. Tom Brady had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Gronkowski. Everything's so equal that we're really, really going to be able to say the better quarterback won the game. And yes, Tom Brady's older, so he's at a disadvantage. But when it comes to these nitty-gritty arguments, we're not going to be deducing that. We're simply going to say the better quarterback won the game. So for that reason, it is the biggest game of Mahomes' career, unless they play each other again. Because we always argue, at least I think about the hypotheticals. What would have happened if LeBron James was on those Bulls teams? Would he have ever retired? Yeah. Would he have won 8 in a row? Yeah. Would he have won 5 out of the 6?
Yeah.
You won. What would have happened if Jordan was down 3-1 to the Cavs? Oh, well, he never would have been down 3-1. But if he was down 3, we always play these mind games. We don't got to do that anymore. Mahomes, Brady, equally matched teams. All the legacy conversations will be answered on that matchup.
Yeah, you take it from the hypothetical to the real.
Yes.
And the real is happening next week. But let's get real right now. Bring back Fox NFL analyst Bucky Brooks. Bucky, you agree with Tony Romo that this will be the biggest game Patrick Mahomes will ever play in?
You know what, man? Like, here's what I want to do right now. I want to grab a Welch's grape and a honey bun, because I feel like I'm in the barbershop listening to you guys debating over this nonsense about this is the biggest game of Patrick Mahomes' life, because if he doesn't beat Tom Brady, what are we going to do? Do we say the same thing about Eli Manning, because Eli Manning is 2-0 against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? Do we call Eli Manning the GOAT? No. We still call Tom Brady the GOAT, and he lost to him twice. When Tom Brady lost to mighty Nick Foles, are we taking any tarnish off of his legacy because he lost to Nick Foles? No. It's about stacking them up. Pat Mahomes is going to have an opportunity to stack up and maybe rival the 6 titles that Tom Brady has. if he wins, if he loses, it doesn't stop because they're in the midst of a dynasty. And in fact, I would say sometimes you show more if you do lose and if you can get your team back to the winner's circle. Now, I don't expect the Chiefs to lose this game, but I do not believe that this is the biggest game of his career and that nothing can be changed if he loses to Tom Brady. I think we tune in because we like seeing great competitors compete at the highest level, but make no mistakes, win, lose, or draw, Patrick Mahomes is going to be in that conversation as the GOAT because he's going to stack them up just like Tom Brady has.
Bucky, why you got to come in here with all this reason, all this sense?
Because I felt like I was waiting on my high top fade to go. And I was like, what? What are we talking about?
Hey, Bucky's so deceiving. He's so deceiving because I ain't know he be in barbershops. But as soon as he said honey buns, you going to find honey buns, you going to find powdered donuts, you going to find grandma's cookies. Powdered donuts. It's going to be in somebody's little stack, and they 50 cents each. I'm telling you right now, they 50 cents each. Don't ask for no change. You better have 2 quarters. You better have 2 quarters. Anyway, Bucky, I rock with you, Bucky Brooks, man, for real. You got to remember, though, when you're talking Brady and when you're talking Mahomes, Mahomes is going to reach the criteria that put him in the conversation with Brady, that the only way we can really delineate between the greatness is a head-to-head. Think about it, like, we don't say, is Dwayne Wade better than Jordan? Because he didn't hit certain criteria, although he was great. You know, some people try to bring up Kareem. Some people even try to bring up, like, Magic or Bird. But when you just talk about individual talent, it's like, you know what, we got Jordan there and we're going to put LeBron there. So how are we going to deduce between their greatness because they're both individually the same level of talent? Well, I wish we could go head-to-head. So, Bucky, I feel you when you bring up your Eli beat Brady and Foles beat Brady, but those dudes aren't on the same level. Mahomes is going to be on the same level. He'll win individual MVPs. He'll win all pros. He'll win player of the years, whatever the case may be. So now it really is going to come down to what happened head-to-head in the biggest game.
Yeah, Acho said it, man. Look, being real, Bucky, we're out here being weathermen and weathermen in a sense, splitting the hairs before we have to, because you got to qualify to even get in the GOAT conversation, and Eli Manning didn't qualify, like Acho said. So what we're saying is we know Patrick Mahomes is going to stack them up. And Tom Brady already has stacked them up. So let's just say 10, 20 years from now, where we're all in the barbershop really looking like Coming to America 6 or 7. I don't know which one it'll be on. But the point is, what we going to say? Man, Patrick Mahomes has 6. Well, Tom Brady has 6 too. Well, when they faced each other, and then everybody going to get quiet and everybody going to get their hair cut. So we're already trying to project to that moment. It's just as simple as that. I like Acho's other point, though. How can Patrick Mahomes win in this situation? Like, it's a lose-lose almost, as he stated earlier, but there is a way to win. Can he son Tom Brady? Like, beating Tom Brady at 43, I don't think it's going to have the same effect as it should. Because you beat Tom Brady, then people are going to start saying, well, Tom Brady first year there. Oh, Tom Brady 43. Oh, Tom Brady just learned the system. Like, I can hear them softening that blow already. But can you son your dad, basically? You know, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking the juice in the hood. Can you have a daddy that is younger than you? Can you son your daddy? That's the question we're asking Patrick Mahomes. Can he?
Okay, so if I'm listening to you and I'm trying to take both of you guys' conversation, debate, I'm trying to put this in. So we want Patrick Mahomes to son Tom Brady. So basically, we want him to be Larry Holmes taking on Muhammad Ali with the mustache. That's basically what we want him to do. We want him to knock out the old Tom Brady so we'll feel better about himself. Even though we clearly can see that Patrick Mahomes right now is superior than an old Tom Brady. We need him to knock him through the ropes so we can say, yeah, man, I told you Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest. He is the greatest that we've ever seen at this position. And I will say this, though, because I think this is interesting, because if Tom Brady loses, he would have won 6 out of 10. But if Patrick Mahomes loses, Tom Brady wins 7 out of 10 or whatever. But Pat Mahomes goes and wins 7 out of 8. Does that now change it because the one that he lost went to Tom Brady? I just don't think this is one where we can decide it off of one game between Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady.
Oh, Bucky, it ain't just one game, dog. See, I'm in the barbershop too. I ain't get my hair cut, but I'm in there to chime in to tell you, hey, don't forget, in the AFC Championship game too, Tom Brady smoked. Hey, it wasn't Patrick Mahomes' fault, but that's how it goes in the barbershop. We ain't trying to hear reason and logic all the way. Having them powder donuts on your lips cracked up. You're like, boy, you've been smoking that pipe. Here's the thing. You can't say this to Patrick Mahomes. Look, man, you can't sit there and say you the GOAT in 20 years, and you couldn't even slay the biggest dragon, the GOAT, Tom Brady. It's this simple. I've seen this happen. You talked about Larry Holmes and Muhammad Ali. Let's bring it to current times. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez, the great Canelo, who had to go against Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd caught him. Some say too early, but the point is, Canelo, you shouldn't sign up for it, because now Canelo, in his greatness, no matter how high he gets, box office numbers, all the belts, everybody always hits him with that sucker punch. But what about Floyd? And Floyd's going to retire. He is retired. We don't know what these exhibitions are. Point is, Tom Brady one day is going to dip. And then Tom Brady going to be Canelo. Talking about, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this. And they're like, but there's a Tom Brady. Same way Canelo hears about Floyd Mayweather.
I'm not going to lie, fellas, I was